I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's really hard to research coffee, and this was the dilemma I faced on this chilly day in March when I received my newest case to solve. Is coffee good or bad? This was the mystery I had to figure out. For every article that says coffee's good, there's one that says coffee's bad. So I approached this case with great trepidation. I love coffee. I honestly don't feel like I have to have it every day. I just genuinely love a good cup of coffee. But is it bad for my body, or is it good? I have determined to find out once and for all the true story on coffee. My first investigation led to a series of articles and research that had me cringing. Could coffee really be all that bad for me? The evidence seemed stacked in that direction. Imbalances in cortisol levels, inciting panic, spiking cholesterol and blood pressure, inhibiting sleep, and withholding vital nutrients. The accusations were many and convincing, and I came away in a haze of confusion and mistrust. Perhaps coffee really was the villain I had heard it was. In my mind's eye, I saw myself closing the door on coffee forever. I turned my focus to the evidence in favor of coffee. The new information simply contributed to my confusion. These studies showed a coffee bean that is high in antioxidants, enhances digestion, and contains vitamins and minerals. It shows a drink that may help increase the ability to breathe deeply and may even increase metabolism. While these studies still confirmed that you shouldn't drink too much and to be careful of the caffeine, they showed a product with some great health benefits. How can studies be in such contrast of each other, and which ones do I believe? In completing these investigations, my suspicions were aroused in multiple ways. Some studies seem to be paid for by the coffee companies dependent on us buying their product, which destroys their credibility as a witness. Yet some studies seem to be truly bent on facts. Some people who spoke against it seem to have legitimate experiences of improvement in their health by quitting coffee. Yet these same people who seemed so adamantly opposed to coffee all seem to consistently have been drinking large quantities each day. Could they just have been drinking too much? The common theme among people saying they had to get off of coffee was that they were drinking upwards of 3 to 5 cups a day. Most people justify this by showing that the FDA says it's safe to drink that much, but just because it's safe doesn't mean it's healthy. After seeing both sides, I decided it was time to go straight to the source, the coffee bean itself. I decided that since both sides seemed to present some legitimate facts and some contradictory ones, I needed to pull back and look at this dilemma through a whole different lens. I needed to look at the bean in light of what it really is, an herb. I learned that as an herb, it's generally recognized as safe and is considered as safe as some commonly used herbs such as cayenne, catnip, chickweed, and basil. Just like coffee, these herbs are considered good and healthy in proper amounts. Most people don't take 4 cups of basil every day. The main contraindications are linked to the caffeine, as that is the part of the bean that can give people trouble. And just like these other herbs, some things can cause sensitivity in some people, and these people should use it with caution. And there definitely are some people who should think twice about the cup of joe, such as people struggling with adrenal fatigue or high blood pressure. I learned that just like every herb, you need to use it from a safe source. There are gangs of dangerous thugs that work hard to frame coffee as a criminal. These include mold and mycotoxins, and the dangerous and heavy pesticides generally used on beans that can linger all the way until we start sipping that delicious mug. Finding a source that is organic and tested for mold helped clear out these interfering gangs and make coffee healthier for all. The studied benefits of coffee include helping to make breathing easier, improving digestion, possibly helping to lower the risk of heart disease, and helping to reduce inflammation. Plus, it really is high in antioxidants. It seems that the most negative aspect of its makeup is the caffeine. It definitely has the great side effect of perking us up, but it isn't something we should depend upon for energy. Oftentimes people will switch to decaf to help with this, but that can cause some problems of its own. Most coffee is decaffeinated with chemicals that can be more harmful than the caffeine. The perk to this, though, is that there is a better option. Swiss Water Decaf is decaffeinated with water, so it has all the great benefits of coffee with over 99% of the caffeine removed. Perhaps if we enjoyed it as a delicious drink and appreciated the benefits without using it like a drug, it would put coffee in a new light. Lastly, just like any herb, the quality can be in the preparation. Adding nasty amounts of sugar or other additives isn't ever good, and the way it's made can add to the quality as well. Some coffee makers can build up mold, such as coffee pods or drip coffee machines, and also increase our exposure to plastic. Some studies have shown that filtered coffee can decrease our exposure to cafestol, which is thought to increase cholesterol levels, even though the studies on that aren't totally conclusive. Some processes also pull out the most health benefits too. This means the healthiest, and most delicious in my opinion, ways to make coffee include stainless steel espresso machines, pour over, and siphon. As I slowly closed the case file, pondering all that I had learned, I realized that coffee is a pretty amazing little herb when used properly and made to let its benefits shine. For me, I learned to roast my own coffee beans on the stove. Green beans are less expensive, which helps make organic coffee fit our budget. I learned to start brewing it in healthier ways, our favorites being pour over and siphon. I learned that if I do drink a second cup in the afternoon, that if I make it Swiss water decaf, I fall asleep much more quickly at night and sleep much better. I also learned to switch up my morning cup between caffeine and decaf, so to assure myself that I was not addicted to caffeine. I also observed myself to see how I respond to coffee and noticed that it does help me breathe a little better when I'm struggling for a deep breath. We learned to keep the additions healthy with minimal sugar or maple syrup. I even love to amp the benefits by adding mushroom powder. In weighing all of this information, I decided to enjoy coffee as healthily as I can. I need to watch my body and be willing to take action if it ever doesn't agree with me. I decided that though I may have to revisit this topic again, for now, I should just enjoy this flavorful little bean for all the benefits that it does have. For now, I declared this case closed.